Hello everyone, my name is HybridPanda and I've been playing We Happy Few for the last year, and today I want to bring to you and just show to you the difference from the very pre-alpha before the game was kickstarted and the current early access patch that everyone can now play and buy on Steam. So I got given this game a year ago by a company called Evolve PR. They were showing off the demo build of We Happy Few, trying to get people interested, trying to get content creators to make some videos, put it out there so people could see it, check it out, go to the Kickstarter and try and successfully fund it. Compulsion Games, the people who make this game, were asking for 250,000 Canadian dollars and they managed to raise 334,000. Their Kickstarter was successful and their production really stepped up. As you can see on the left here, there are the timestamps of each of these different builds and how the game progressed through these builds. I find quite interesting to get to where we are today, which really does feel very polished. In the beginning here, all of the buildings, all of the towns are very basic, all of the NPCs are pretty much the same skin. The bare bones of the game is there, some sort of survival first-person game where you're pitted against people who are very unstable, let's just say that much, and trying to escape this horrible world. As time went by, buildings were customized more, the NPCs were customized more information put into the world, more backstory, more, lore put in. Different areas of the map started suddenly jumping to life. At this point, We Happy Few didn't really have much of a story. You were this person, it never really mentioned who you were, you could see your character on the inventory screen, but you didn't know who you were, and your basic aim was just to escape. Just figure out what you could and escape from the game. Nowadays, however, we have a full, it's not a full story. They say that the story's not in the game, but there is a story. There's a prologue to the game where you're playing as a character. He has a voice, he has a voice, he has emotions, he has a purpose. And I can only see the game coming on from here. Apparently when it releases in 2017, so next year, we're still waiting for a while, but keep in mind that all of these videos shown in this video here were taken over the period of the last year. So if we look at this huge jump that it's made in this year, and then apply it to the next year, also with the funding that, people have been putting into the game, people buying the game on Steam, this more funding, I believe, really is going to go in to make this game a lot better. Now when it releases, there is going to be 3 different playable characters with 3 different stories. There's 2 guys and there's a girl. I'm not entirely sure about either of the other 2 stories. That's all a little bit up in the air at the moment, but we do have Arthur Hastings, and we know that he's somehow trying to remember, trying to come off his joy and figure out what happened to his brother Percy, who it sounds like was taken away on a train. I've not really figured out too much more about that. I would like to actually finish the early access patch. I've not done it yet. Here you can see the start of quests, special things put into the world, special events that you can go and interact with. These things have gone from being very passive at this point to now gigantic quests. The quest system in the game is actually very fleshed out now. So We Happy Few is a procedurally generated game. Now people seem to think of Minecraft when they think of this. It's not like that. I mean, there are set islands in We Happy Few and the towns generate around you, which means that the town's layout is never going to be the same. There's always going to be different quests, different NPCs, different houses to go in, etc, etc. Different ways to make the world different every time you jump on, so it's never going to be the same experience. Items are going to be in different places. Bridge crossing events, which are events that let you get from one island to another, are always going to be changing. They seem to have experimented with a lot of different bridge crossing checkpoints over the year. I've seen a lot of them. I've probably seen 10 to 15, I would say, and I'd imagine that even more are going to come, and that just makes it, it just makes it interesting. It makes it every time that you pick up the game, it's not going to be exactly the same, which gives it replayability, and this basically gives the game its roguelike feel. If you die, you are going back to the beginning of the game. You're not saving, you're not, making a hard save, making a save game, loading it up again. You play the game, if you get hit, if you get fucked up bad enough, you're dead. So now we have the early access patch, the patch that's here, that's available on Steam, that everyone can play now. Look at how far it's come. Look at this, we've got a full prologue, fully voice lined, characters all through the world have got unique voice lines. There's quests, many quests, all dotted about, different types of buildings, different types of bridge crossings, a full crafting system, a full conformity system, which is a system where you need to wear clothes appropriate to the area that you're working in. Say if you go into the part of town where everyone's wearing the nice clothes, the nice fancy clothes, and everyone's on joy all the time, you want to make sure you're wearing a nice fancy suit to appease them. However, when you're in the garden district with all of the wastrels and the downers and all the dirty as fuck people, you want to make sure you're wearing a nice torn suit to fit in, to make everyone not want to beat you to death. The joy system has also come a long way. Joy is now very integral to your gameplay, and it's a lot easier than it used to be. Joy, when you take it now, completely affects the whole world around you, not just the way that you behave and the way that people behave to you, but the lighting of the game. You get rainbows in the sky, everything just feels a lot more upbeat. I do have to say I've got a bit of a soft spot in my heart for Compulsion games. They've been watching my videos along the last year and, have said to me that they've enjoyed them, and have also put a HybridPanda Easter egg in the game. Apparently there is a panda somewhere with an eye patch on it. I've not found it yet. I'm still searching. I'd like to find it. That's really, really nice of them, and I really appreciate it, but honestly, I hadn't been told about that until about a month or two ago, so I've been making content on the game for the last 10 months anyway, so it's not like it affected my opinion of the game. I do think that this, when it comes out, is going to be a really fantastic game. I think a lot of people are going to get behind it, a lot of the roguelike people, the people who like Shovel Knight and Binding of Isaac and Gungeon. It's a different sort of scenario with it being first person, but the feeling's still there. So I hope this video has been interesting. Maybe if anyone out there who wasn't really into We Happy Few can look at this and say, look, the game's come this far. By the time that it comes out, this is probably going to be something that I'm interested in. It's a very polished game. It feels very polished. It feels like a AAA title in production, but made from a little indie dev company that's only produced one game before called Contrast, and I think that they're doing a really good job with it. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. There is a link in the description to all of my We Happy Few videos, spanning back over the last year. There's a bunch of them. Go check them out, and have a fantastic day. Panda out.